The Kingdom of Fear by Robert de Graauw. Chapter 1. The Lignal. I watch them from the comforting darkness. Two girls, young and innocent, and ripe with promise. They play in the quiet street, in the late afternoon sun, hitting a ball back and forth, running and laughing. I listen to their inane chatter. "Celia, you're supposed to hit it back to me. I'm trying to. This racket's too heavy. You're just not used to it. You're used to playing inside. I know, but you heard David. He says we're too noisy." And then it happens. The girl called Celia fails to stop the ball as it hurtles past her. She turns to pursue it as it rolls quickly down the side of the road, her companion urging her to halt its progress. But she is too slow, and both watch helplessly as it vanishes from their view and falls into my domain. Moments later, they are standing atop my home. "What do we do now?" asks Celia. "I've seen this happen to my brother and his friends," says the heavier, darker girl. "What they do is, one of them lifts up the cover of the drain," she taps the roof above me with her foot, "and the other person goes down into the drain and gets the ball. So I'll lift up the cover and you get the ball." "I don't want to go in there," protests Celia. "And I don't think you can lift that thing anyway." "Maybe not. How about if I can lift it, then you have to go in there?" Celia pauses, obviously calculating the likelihood of her friend succeeding. Okay. Bending, Celia's companion slides her fingers into the two holes above me and strains to lift the heavy slab of concrete. She clearly requires my assistance. So suddenly, to her surprise, she finds one end of my roof slowly lifting upwards. Grunting, she manages to lift it into a vertical position, and I wince as sunlight pours into the space around me. Celia stares at her friend, open-mouthed. "How did you do that?" "I guess it's not as heavy as it looks." "Okay, your turn." Celia peers uncertainly into my abode, trying to assess the danger. I can sense the delicious fear coursing through her. "What are you waiting for? I can't hold this forever." "All right, I was just trying to see the ball." I watch as she reluctantly gets onto her knees and lowers herself into my humble dwelling. Small spiders scurry away as she enters, and she crouches on the discarded refuse of surface dwellers, reaching for her ball. "Okay, I've got—" "Watch out!" screams her companion as the roof slams back into place with a thunderous sound, showering dust and fragments of concrete over the blonde-haired child and making her sit stunned for a moment against the wall of the drain. "Are you all right?" comes her companion's voice faintly from outside. "What happened?" screams the girl, no longer stunned. "Why did you do that?" I didn't. I thought I had a good grip on it," stammers her companion, close to tears. "But it just slipped out of my hands. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry." "Well, just get it off again," says Celia, anxious to get out. I watch an arachnid crawl across her hand, and she shouts, "Hurry up!" "Okay, I'm hurrying." Celia's companion reaches into the holes again and strains to lift the drain cover, but no matter how frantically she tries to free her friend, the cover will not budge. "What's the matter?" I can't get it open. There's a big crack in it, and I just can't get it out." "Stop it. Stop joking, Amy. I'm serious. I'm really sorry, Celia. I'll get someone to help you get out. I'll get David." "No, don't get him. He'll get crabby with me. Get your brother." "I can't. He's at work, and so are my mum and dad." "Oh, all right, get David, but hurry." I will, and I'll tell him to bring a crowbar. They're good for lifting things like—" "I don't care. Just hurry." And then her companion is gone. Celia sits very still on the rubbish-strewn floor, gazing through the mouth of my home at the quiet, sun-drenched street beyond. I observe the dust and debris in her silky yellow hair, the sheen of sweat that covers her satin-smooth skin, and I listen to her struggling to control her shuddering breath. She looks up longingly at the roof, where sunlight streams down through the two small finger holes. Dust motes drift gently downwards within the beams of light and settle across her skin. "Hello, Celia." I hear her gasp. Watch her eyes widen as she tries to determine who has spoken to her. "Hello? Is someone out there?" I wait a moment. Then, "My name is Valignal." "Valignal? Where are you?" Her eyes search a visible land outside the drain. "I'm in here with you," I say, speaking close to her ear, and in her face I see the growing realization of the truth of my words. "What do you want?" asks Celia, her voice tinged with fear. "I could ask you much the same. Why have you entered my home?" "Your home? You live in here?" "I do, and you have entered without being invited. Are you a friend, or have you come to do me harm?" "No, a friend." "Really? You're my friend?" "Yes." I smiled to myself. "It pleases me to hear you say that, Celia. I often feel lonely in here, all by myself. Being my friend would mean so much to me, Celia." Okay. Do you think perhaps you could come and visit me again? To talk to me?" I despise the pathetic pleading I can hear in my voice. I, maybe I should speak about it." "No," I say, my voice momentarily adopting a hard, rasping edge. "I know your friends are coming back soon, but don't tell them what I've said. They'll spoil it. They always spoil it. Let it just be a secret between you and me." "But if no one else knows, I don't think I could get in here by myself. I don't think—" "Don't worry. I can make the roof above you light enough for you to lift. You won't have any trouble getting in." After a moment's silence, Celia says, "Then did you make Amy drop the drain cover?" Ha! She takes me aback with her cleverness, and I pause, thinking of a response. I can see her wondering if she has said the right thing. "I must be honest with you, Celia. I did make your friend drop the cover, but only because the light was hurting me. I didn't mean to scare you." "Can you get me out of here?" "Why, certainly. But you must promise to see me again. You don't want me to be lonely, do you?" "No, but—" "Then come and see me again. Tonight. That would be a good time. I won't even ask you to come inside my home. Just speak to me through that hole above you. In the dark, no one will see you, and then no one can spoil it for us. Will you come? Tonight?" "All right, I'll try." "Good. That's all I want to hear." "Now, can you help me get out?" "Certainly. Just put your hands against one end of the roof and push." Celia does as she has been instructed and finds she can lift it without any difficulty. The cracked roof rises into a vertical position and then falls backwards onto the grassy area next to my home. Celia stands up, stretching her legs, then stoops to pick up her ball. As she climbs out, she sees Amy and a teenage boy, presumably her brother, running towards her. They slow as they see that she is okay. "Remember," I whisper, "don't tell anyone." Celia looks down inside my abode. "Okay," she says quietly. Amy strides up to Celia with an amazed look in her eyes. "Celia, how did you get out?" "I don't know. I just pushed and the lid came off." "Well, thanks a lot, Amy," snorts the boy, walking up to the girls with a metal tool in his hands and a scowl on his face. "Thanks for getting me away from important study so I could watch Celia crawl out of a drain." "But she really was stuck there. The lid fell down and it just wouldn't come up again." "Sure, Amy." He turns to his sister. "I suppose this is your idea of a joke." Celia merely shakes her head quietly, clearly unwilling to argue with him. Right, well, when you're finished having your fun, Celia, help clean up the kitchen. I don't want to get into trouble from Mum because of you not doing any work around the house. He turns towards the house and leaves the girls by themselves. Amy executes a two-fingered gesture towards the boy's receding figure, and then turns to Celia. Boy, your brother gets cranky, doesn't he? I told you. Look, can you help me get the cover back over the drain? Amy looks at the cracked cover lying beside the drain. Yeah, okay. They turn the cover over, place one end in the top of the drain, and then lower the other end. When their fingers are an inch from being crushed between the cover they hold and the edge of the drain, how tempted I am to pull it down suddenly. But no, I must restrain myself. When I say now, drop it, instructs Amy. Now! Fingers abruptly vanish from under the lid as it drops into its niche with a heavy thud. Thanks, Amy, says Celia, straightening. I think I better go inside now and clean up before Mum gets home. I'll see you after school tomorrow, okay? Amy shrugs. Yeah, okay, Celia. See ya. She walks away, bouncing the ball before her. Celia turns to look at my home once more, gazing at it for a few moments. Then I watch her walk away, back to the comfort and safety of her own dwelling place, and I reflect on what an auspicious start to my plan this has been. And now I wait.